Do you guys think I should share the KEM with everybody? The KEM trade, by everybody I mean the public. You guys let me know. All right, let's get this rolling. Okay, fair enough. So, let me know. Am I live? Am I good? Am I live? I'm good? I'm live? I'm live. Thanks. Ladies and gentlemen, the earnings season continues this week. We have a plethora of names reporting, everything from Johnson & Johnson, IBM, Ford, Starbucks, Bristol Myers, Intel, and so much more. We're going to go over some of them. We're going to go over my thoughts for the market this week. We're going to go over that, our game plan, and Forex. And yes, we have both of them, our precise daily stock levels, as well as our full stock analysis. I am Mark Melnick. This is the Newsbeat Show. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Newsbeat Show. Were you catching Netflix short? Were you catching that with us on last Friday? Were you shorting Netflix last Friday? Were you riding that thing down through 340 with us? You weren't? That's okay. There's going to be a ton more opportunity, and I'm going to share that with you, and I'm going to share our precise daily stock levels, including some of the amazing accuracy calls we had from last week. But first, I need you to agree to something. I need you to agree to hold Mark Melnick and T3 Live harmless and unliable and not liable for anything you see, hear, read by watching this broadcast. Unless you write that down that you will not hold Mark Melnick liable for watching this show and have it notarized by three different people in three different known banks, then you must exit this video immediately. Thank you so much for agreeing to that. I know it's a pain in the butt to go out there and get so many notarizations, but I promise since you did that for me, I will make this worth your time. So let's just get right into it. We're going to talk about it here today. We have earnings season coming up. So, again, we were tagging Netflix. We did the low one strategy. If you did the one and done short, that also worked. And basically, here's the 1 minute of Netflix on Friday. You could see that it broke down. You could have shorted right through 349 and a quarter, as all the Newsbeat bandit did with our bearish call on it. You guys watching already know how bearish I was on Netflix going into earnings. And then they reported earnings in. Netflix just confirmed everything I already knew about the stock. Shame on the analysts. Did they not learn their lesson from the first time around? I know these letters are small, but here are all the upgrades. JP Morgan raised the target. So I thought there was going to be a lot of reiterations. There weren't. They're more raising price targets. So maybe my time machine faltered. So they come in on a day where the market is up pretty large, a pretty big up day in the triple Qs where the Netflix is weighted. The spiders were up as well. And all the analysts, despite Netflix being down, decided to upgrade it. All right, so remember, these are the same geniuses who did it, and I'm going to show you what Netflix happened after these same geniuses raised the stock. This is the same thing that happened last time. The following geniuses, JP Morgan, I'm not going to even give the analyst name. I'm not here to call anyone out. I just want to point out the firms who hire these people who just bring a wealth of value to nobody in the world and how they share their stupidity with you on the internet. JP Morgan raised it. UBS, Morgan Stanley, Nomura Instinet, Oppenheimer, Stifel, Canaccord, KeyBank, Citi, Wedbush, who has a $165 target, by the way, raised it from 165 to 150. So I'm actually not making fun of that person. That would be the only exception. RBC Capital, that's number 11. And that looks like it. So was that 11? I think I missed one. There might have been 12, but nonetheless, there were 11 analysts who came out and raised the price target of Netflix. Now, just like last time, we came in the morning and I missed the one and done short. Some of you guys caught it. Basically, that's just shorting through the 1 minute bar. So I waited for the low one strategy where you come back, hit the exponential 8, and then short it. And I was in puts here, and then I doubled in my puts, as I said clearly on the broadcast minutes before I did it, that if it broke a certain level, I was going to double in. And we just rode Netflix to the dark depths of underneath $340. And as soon as it broke 339 here and went to the 338.80 level, I was just like, bye bye, Netflix. And we took the money. Now, here's what Netflix looks like on the daily. I mean, the stock obviously rallied over 50% since December 26, reported earnings, which, in my humble opinion, and yes, that opinion is disagreed upon, just like I said last earnings season, from the majority of analysts. From the majority of analysts. I think Netflix is going to continue lower. I think Netflix is continuing down from here, despite all the analysts' upgrade. I want to point out what happened last earnings report. Guess how many of the analysts I just mentioned raised their price target in the last earnings report? If you guessed 100% of them, you are correct, and I want to show you what happened. This is not an opinion, this is just a fact. They gapped Netflix up on October 17th. 16 analysts came out and upgraded it that day. Of those 16, 100% of the 11 analysts, the 11 firms that I just mentioned also upgraded it. And Netflix went from $380 to $271. It dropped over 100 points in 10 trading days, including the earnings day. So they gapped it up to 380. If you recall what we were doing that day, we were making a lot of money buying puts, similar to what we did on Friday, and they decided to rip the stock down 100 points. So is this a tell for the market? Is this a tell? Because I want to also bring up something of what happened since Netflix reported the time before on October 17th. If you actually look, here was October 17th, right over here, this bar when Netflix reported and gapped it up, or they reported the day before and they were trading gapped up on this day, on that October 17th. And the Qs in those 10 trading days went as high as 178.26 to 160.09. So the Qs dropped 18 points, or the whole NASDAQ dropped 10% within 10 trading days, which I don't have to tell you is a massive drop. It happened in 9 trading days to be exact, but within the 2 full trading day weeks, 10 trading days, 5 days a week, the market dropped. So you must stop and you must actually wonder if this is going to be one of those things where the market just keeps dragging down from here. If you look at some of the futures right now, the market is currently being shown down. The Dow Jones Mini's down 100, so the Spider should be down. Nasdaq 100 Mini is down 30 and a half, so the Qs are going to open up down tomorrow, short of some. Maybe we bounce. I mean, I've seen weirder things, you know. I mean, most people don't realize the market is actually trading now. The U.S. market is trading right now as we speak. People who have access to futures are actually betting and trading like the Nasdaq 100, the S&P 500, the Dow Jones. So you do have a lot of trades going on. And so far we are down. Okay. The interesting thing being is that we're walking into another full season of earnings. What really interests me here is actually, believe it or not, Johnson and Johnson. And this is a name that I won't generally get too excited about. It's just one of those names. It's like, okay, well, what does this company do? Not much. They make asbestos-laden baby powder. Not a big deal. You know, everybody gets so worked up over it. They're reporting tomorrow morning. So this is not a trade that I'm going to take prior to earnings. This is going to be a trade that I take intraday tomorrow. So obviously you would have to be in the room to understand how I'm going to trade it tomorrow, because the truth is I don't know, and I'm going to look and find out. But let's talk about what happened last time they reported. They reported last time here on October 16th. Yeah, they reported on October 16th, and the stock ran up. And I just want to talk about this because I think this is very important. And you're going to be walking into the report tomorrow, considering your intraday trading tomorrow. And what happened with Johnson and Johnson is they were raising their fiscal year 18 view last time. They were beating consensus and they were raising consensus. The way I see it, the way I really see this is, they had supposedly a multi-billion dollar lawsuit that dragged the stock down. Now, I don't know how much this is going to play into their numbers. They could either report it as a one-time fee, obviously if they lost a lawsuit, but the way I see this Johnson and Johnson here is that here's a company that actually is going to report good numbers. I know they're reporting tomorrow morning. I don't have a position in Johnson and Johnson. In fact, I'm going to share all my positions with you guys shortly if you want to know all my overnights. I'm still holding every single one of those put spreads, ladies and gentlemen, that I was sharing with you from a couple weeks ago. Nothing actually changed. I'm down in some of them. I'm down in some of them. And I just have a plethora of positions here. Pretty much right now, I'm walking in tomorrow with 11 different positions, and all of them, with the exception of two, are all put spreads or have puts in them. Let's put it that way. But J&J is going to be big on earnings. You have IBM reporting as well. Now, you know what? I just can't, like, I think of IBM, they're actually going to be reporting tomorrow after the close, so you do have a chance to play it. And I actually want to share my thoughts on how I'm looking to play IBM. So J&J, you're walking into the earnings tomorrow. I think the earnings on J&J I think the earnings on J&J are going to look good on paper. And again, very beaten up. They had asbestos in their baby powder. Shame on them. But I definitely want to talk about IBM here because they are reporting tomorrow after the close. So it can give people a chance to potentially play it before the open. So they reported earnings on October 16th, which was right over here, and they gapped it down massively. I mean, they closed it at 145.12. They opened it up 10 points lower. IBM actually moves. There's actually an opportunity here, and which I'm going to show you why it's an opportunity, and then I'm going to show you how I'm playing it. So here's the funny part about IBM. So let's go back in time a little. Let's go back in time to where they last reported their earnings. Let's go back in time to where they last reported their earnings. Hold on, let's type it in. Let's look it up. I just want to start sharing the commentary from the company. So they reported right over there on October 16th. Okay. So they first of all announced 342 versus the 340 consensus. And they missed on revenue 18.8 billion versus the 19.1. However, they confirmed their fiscal year 18 consensus. Now, what does that mean, fiscal year 2018? That's confusing to a lot of people. It was to me, I know, because the earnings that IBM are reporting tomorrow conclude their 2018 earnings. It has nothing to do with their 2019 earnings. They're reporting their fourth quarter earnings for 2018 tomorrow. So IBM came down and they said, well, we're going to be in line with the consensus estimates, 1380 versus, but here's the funny thing. Here's the word that caught me. They backed their fiscal year 18 earnings per share of at least 1380 versus a consensus of 1380. You know what that's saying? That's saying if poo poo hits the fan and everything turns out failure and everything turns out bad and everything sucks, we're going to come in line with consensus estimates. So their growth last time they said was led by the hybrid cloud, analytics, artificial intelligence, and digital and security. So they're actually going after a very sexy market. The truth is, I used to own an IBM computer. A lot of you did. I owned an Aptiva, APTIVA, if you remember what that was. And it was one of my favorite computers. And what happened after that, what happened after that is they just basically stopped making computers and they had to obviously shift their business. And of course, every single analyst came out and downgraded it. But you have to realize to what extent IBM is beaten up. I'm going to just show you a monthly of IBM. It actually is just one of the stocks that were just failing for years. Here's a monthly. I mean, back in 2013, it was at 215.90 and it hit like 105.94. So definitely, technically, an overall very, very weak name. Technically, overall, a very weak name. But when you actually look at IBM here, and you actually look at how they've been rallying with the market, this stock has been showing a lot of relative strength alongside the recent rally. And for me, I actually think IBM Lottos are going to win. So let me just pull up my trading software here so I could give you how I'm going to actually play it. Um, Again, it's kind of a weird call here on IBM. It's a company that I always like bearishly. And I'm the person now flipping the switch and turning bullishly, sort of, for the first time. Well, not sort of, like for the first time. So I just want to talk about IBM and the options that are available. So, for example, on IBM, what we saw last time is we saw IBM on October. I just want to show you the type of movement and the type of risk and how you make money off this, or how I'm going to make money off it. See right here that it gapped down 10 points. That's not strange. IBM, the time before they reported, gap down 9 points. Here's another time IBM reported the year before. They gapped up 10 points. So basically, IBM likes to gap up or down 9 or 10 points. They almost do it like extremely consistently. So when you actually look at some of the IBM options here, like you'll notice, for example, you have like 100 and like IBM right now is 100, let's call it $124 stock, closed at 123.82. It'll be cheaper than that. But like $130 IBM calls are 81 by 88 cents. And if you want to go $6 lower and let's say take 118 puts, those things are like $1.14 by $1.19. Let me translate that into English. If you wanted to go 6 up and 6 down on IBM, you would end up paying approximately $2. Meaning, if IBM has a 10-point move, your options can be worth, I don't know, 124 to 114. They should have, with the volatility of happening on a Tuesday, they should at least triple in value, quadruple potentially. I mean, the whole thing. So what you would be basically doing in an IBM here to make money is you'd be betting on it going up, you'd be betting on it going down, and you wouldn't really care which direction it goes. Now, even though I'm bullish in it, I just believe that this company has a chance to make a splash. I think their earnings are going to either be really good or really bad. And I know that sounds like Captain Obvious. Oh, well, yeah, it's going to be really good or really bad. Not really. That's not Captain Obvious because a lot of times these earnings report and they don't move. IBM is one of those names that move. IBM is one of those names which the risk reward is justified. The risk reward is justified in an IBM. I think you are going to get a big up or down move. I think it's called a strangle, where you bet on a stock going up or down. You can't do it with common stock. You can't do this with common stock. You can't be long a stock and short a stock at the same time. In the options market, you theoretically can. You theoretically can. So looking at IBM here, I'm telling you where I'm probably going. Obviously, if you're a Newsbeat member, I'll be telling you in real time. If you're not, I'm trying to explain it. Probably going to go 4, 5, or 6 up, 4, 5, or 6 down. For example, if IBM drops to $120, I might go like $125 calls, 115 puts, just to give you an example of how I'm approaching IBM. And I think there is an excellent chance that that pays off. And considering on how early in the week it is, even though the market observed the holiday today and it's a Tuesday, and you're going to have 3 full trading days of IBM, considering the reporting Tuesday night and you have Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I think this stock is going to be a huge opportunity to open a strangle upon. Okay, well, you guys already, I have something awesome to share with you. You guys already, got notarized and all this stuff just to watch this video. It's only fair that I give you more. Maybe, maybe on our Newsbeat levels and our algo levels, maybe on Thursday night when we gave you Friday's Amazon resistance of $1,716.03, and Amazon hit $1,716.20. You stopped and you looked at it and you say, that's you were 17 cents off of the top of Amazon. Maybe you find value in that. Maybe you're watching the IWM. When we give you 147.66 and it hit 147.92, we were 26 cents off the top of IWM. Maybe you see the value in that. Well, what if I gave you tomorrow's levels tonight? What if I told you I time traveled from the future? And since you're holding me harmless for anything, you can't hold me liable for telling you that I have a time travel machine in my other room. What if I gave you tomorrow's levels today? And there they are. That is the support and resistance on your Qs, spiders, IWM, Facebook, Apple, Amazon, Netflix, Google. I did come from the future to share these levels with you. They don't always hit, but when they do and they hit support, it usually gives you a very nice buying opportunity. When it hits the resistance level, it often gives you an excellent shorting opportunity. These levels don't always hit again. They usually don't, but when they do, there's a ton of value on a consistent basis. Nothing always works. These work the majority of the time. Kind of interesting. I actually have Forex trades. I'm actually utilizing a new Forex strategy. So I went to Twitter, my Twitter followers, and I basically put out something honest. And I think what happens is when a lot of people do overnights, there's zero accountability. Like a lot of people will like to just share with you a strategy and say, well, now you don't need me. You could just go out and do it on your own. But I'm trying a new Forex strategy here, and it's an unproven methodology, and I freely admit it, and I'm trying live money at it. So what I do is, I would, and again, it just goes back to the mentality, and I'm going to share with you all these live Forex trades, which I just placed a pending order on tonight, which are all unfilled and still able to be entered. Just remember, I would rather be wrong and upfront and honest rather than just hide in the shadows, tell you a strategy that I'm doing, and then just show you a P&L afterwards. That unfortunately has never brought value to anybody. A lot of broadcasters around me in this industry who still do things like that. And I understand it's hard to maintain, an image when you're losing money. It's a lot easier to maintain an image when here's a guy trying something new who's making seven figures as a trader. I think that's a lot easier for me to come to you from that sort of aspect. But instead of just not sharing it with you, trying it myself and then sharing it with you, I'd rather just be open and honest and say, look, guys, I'm trying something completely new here. I'm going to share this with you. And I actually have live Forex trades for you guys tonight. So if you wish to copy them, here they are. These are all live pending orders. I know it's a little stretched out. We're going to actually be showing it to you in a much cleaner, neater fashion in the future, I promise. But here are my live pending Forex trades. Here are my live overnight trades. How many people are sharing with you live overnight trades before they even get filled? How many people are sharing, taking a screenshot of their pending order page in Forex or in the stock market or any other place and literally sharing you in real time exactly what they are doing? So this is based on my new methodology. I'm going to have a lot more Forex trades in the future. It's going to be more common to see Forex trades. And it looks ugly because it's a screenshot from my MetaTrader 4 pending order page and it's stretched out. So again, you could just see the time is because it's an overseas account. The time looks kind of stupid here because it looks like I'm putting them in at 12:24. I guess that's military time, like AM. But in actuality, I was putting them in at 7:24 a.m., 7:26 a.m., and 7:28 a.m. right before I started the Newsbeat show. And you could even see that it shows like I'm putting them in on January. Well, that's what I said, right? 7:24, right? And you could see it's like showing January 22nd because it's an overseas account that, so I guess it actually shows up. It actually shows up as the day tomorrow because it's already tomorrow over there. Okay, so with that being, it's showing up in GMT. All right, so that's Greenwich Maritime time or whatever that is. I can't even pronounce that. Okay. Anyway, here are my live forex pending orders, which I put in. In terms of the game plan name that I have for tonight and what I'm watching for tomorrow, I'm just simply watching Netflix for a bearish trigger. I'm just simply watching Netflix for a bearish trigger right there through 328.52. And I just want to show you that Netflix off that big gap up recently. If it breaks under 328.52, you might get down to 312.5. I'm still holding my Netflix put spread. I guess I should just take a screenshot right now of all my open positions. A lot of them are down, few of them are up because most of them have been bearish, but I'm still holding them at the moment. And of course, I will let you know if any of that changes. So let me do it. Again, I don't see other gurus doing this, and I would rather take a loss and show you it, or take a win and show you it, rather than just show you my ending P&L, which is very impressive to the majority of people. So there, I just took a live screenshot just now of my Robinhood account. Let me move my mug a little so you could see it. And it looks kind of funky, but it's basically a PCG strangle, a CGC put spread, an Ozark put spread, a KEM call spread, a Walmart put spread, a low put spread, a Netflix put spread, a General Electric put spread, an Apple put spread, an EMR put spread, and a JWN call spread. So you could see some of them went up a little, the others went down. Those are all my open positions at the moment. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I think it's going to be a very interesting week. I think we have a lot of interesting earnings. I'm looking forward to trading. We're getting a lot of news flow. Ladies and gentlemen, as I tell my trading room, we're on bathroom break right now. We're on bathroom rules, and my ask what's bathroom rules because you're probably all in elementary school and you had to raise your hand and sit calmly, and the teacher had to call on you. May I use the bathroom? And the teacher would say yes, and you would get the little disgusting peed on wooden broken branch splinter drilled through with a rope on hall pass. I don't know what's. I guess I'm just from the ghetto, right? Um, and you would get that little hall pass, and you would have to walk to the bathroom with that disgusting hall pass. But you know what? The Newsbeat Live Room is currently on bathroom duty. The Newsbeat Live Room is currently on bathroom duty, meaning the news flow has been so important that nobody is allowed to use the bathroom between 9:30 a.m. and 11 o'clock a.m. because we are just getting that sort of great stuff. The news flow has been pouring in, consistency has been rising. We are ready to hit a lot more, and I know um, we're all looking for it. We're ready to hit a lot more home runs here. So, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, there's a reason why Wall Street gurus swear by the Newsbeat Live Room being the largest, fastest growing trading room in the nation. Happy trading, make money. I'll see you guys tomorrow on the Newsbeat Live trading broadcast. If you've never tried our service before, there's a special in the comment within the description. Let me know what you thought about this video, and we'll see you guys next time on the Newsbeat Live trading broadcast. Have a wonderful evening.